Well, yeah, it's been 3.5 weeks since we've got into the colonies. That was January 1st when we threw a pollen patty on them. We've had 2 cold fronts come in, a little ice storm when we were supposed to get snow. We just got ice for a few days, and then another cold front. Everything has bees flying right now, but this side, not many dead bees out here. There's a little bit on the ground here, but on this side in the shade, you've got quite a bit. I don't know if y'all can see that here. Quite a bit of dead bees. So apparently, you know, the cold did kill some of them, but let's make sure that they have good population. See what needs to go on here, and just kind of look and see what we could be doing to make them healthier and bigger colonies, so we could split here in a couple months. So. And excuse me, as I've had kind of a little bit of cold weather. It's not cold for many people, but we got down into the teens and felt like single digits with highs in the 30s. And I was actually working outside on projects for work. So let's pop into these just to take a peek. And hopefully they have good honey stores. A lot up here still. Now these boxes here, these mediums, and they're from the cotton fields, and they had tons of capped honey. So I want to look at their stores just to make sure that they're still good. Which it looks like all this is still untouched. Oh yeah, tons of bees still. They're starting to eat some of that honey, which I'm glad they have. So let's go into the bottom deep. And that is where I put the pollen patty. So that was 3.5 weeks ago. We had a few warm days. Let's see if they are eating that pollen patty. Before I get in there, I want to make sure y'all can see good. See if these grows. I'm still getting used to the GoPro. I like to see if it's actually recording or not. Well, I got things I gotta do, so let's jump in here, smoke them again. I'm trying to be better at using more smoke this year. I'm gonna set this top to the side. Oh yeah, they ate through that whole pollen patty. Look at that. All that's left is a wax paper, which is freaking awesome. So that pollen patty that I made on that video, the remnants, just wax paper or parchment paper. So I'm just gonna pop into the brood nest just to peek, which they are full of bees, all 10 frames across. So that is good that they have honey stores. I'll come back in probably 2 weeks, feed again. Even though there was a ton of dead bees out here. Look at that beautiful patch of brood here. Yeah, that's a good little patch of brood. Hopefully y'all can see that okay. Brood on this side. It is January 24th, I believe. I'd have to check, but I just want to see how many frames of brood, even though they're not full frames of brood. I'd like to see how she's laying. Bunch of pollen. Beautiful bees though. Good population here. Yeah, they got a lot of the crystallized cotton honey in here. More honey on this side here. Just pop in here. Light frames, but golly, there's a queen too. She is big and beautiful. That is a full frame of brood. Look at that, from all the way out here, brood all the way out here. That is a full guy in 2 weeks. Look at that. Same on this side. Look at that pattern. drones. There's drones walking around. We've got drones, a freaking full slab of brood. The queen, I'm gonna make sure I spot her again because I don't want to damage her early. Look at that. That is just beautiful to see this time of year. Drones walking around. That is freaking awesome. So by seeing that much brood, I'm gonna have to be ready to do something soon. Come on, girl, where's that queen at? You were up in here. I don't want to squish her. The last thing I would hate to do is kill her on accident. Well, I know I pointed her out to y'all. Drones walking around. That is freaking awesome. That is what you call a full sheet of brood. I wonder if my queen flew off or something, because I would have seen her by now. She was on this frame. She could have fallen. Where you at, girl? Well, I guess I'll just be careful where I step because I don't want to squish her at all. I'm hoping she fell onto a frame down here or something. These bees are bringing in pollen like crazy, some yellow pollen. So I'll just carefully slide this in here. Hopefully I don't kill her. If I do, you know what it is what it is. So we've got a full frame of brood on both sides and a half sheet. Let's see over here. More brood. That's a full sheet as well. This is emerging brood right here. Golly. Golly. Beautiful, healthy bees. Emerging brood, eggs, larvae everywhere. So that's 2 full sheets of brood. And these bees are bringing in pollen. I'm just gonna peek. I doubt that there's brood over here, but this is exactly what I want. Oh, I see my queen. Remember I said she might have fallen off? This is why you gotta be careful what you're doing, dummy. This time of year, so. This queen fell, and y'all probably can't see good, but she's right there on the ground. So I'm gonna grab her, place her on a frame here. So here she is. Put her back in the colony. She just walked down, so I've got the queen back in that colony. Whew, that was kind of scary. Hopefully y'all could see this whole time. I'm not even seeing if y'all are in the camera or not, but hopefully y'all can view that. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in here. Put these frames back together. A solid 2.5 frames of brood. Drones everywhere. That is freaking awesome. Definitely gonna make splits off this here. I have queens coming in a month and a half. Definitely gonna make, got stung in my back. Definitely gonna make splits though, for sure, with this. They got plenty of food still. Oh yeah. I actually don't like having mediums because I like to run all deeps, but that's what was full capped honey, so that's what I'm gonna let them grow into. I probably should have brought some drawn comb to give them, let them build up into that, but I'll do that next 2 weeks or so. Look at that. And they're bringing in pollen like crazy. Girls are all over me. Give them some smoke here. I got a bee in my pants. Alrighty, gonna continue on. I just want to make sure I could see that y'all can see what I'm actually doing here. Got these girls riled up a little bit. Gonna give them some smoke here. Glad I found that queen, because I could have killed her and that would have been really bad. So let's get into this one, pop in there, see if they've got the same thing going on with drones. Good brood. Here, I know you're not in the best light, so I'm gonna try to scoot you over here to where y'all could see. Hopefully y'all be able to see. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna set this to the side. Pop this open. This is just honey, but these are all full in there. It's a bit windy this morning, or this afternoon. Goodness, are they going through their honey stores that fast? Or was this not full? This may have just been dog comb that I gave them to build up into. But if that's true, they need to be fed. There's syrup in there. Alright, let's see if they ate that pollen patty as well. This is not the heaviest. Oh yeah. They devoured those pollen patties I made them. Look at that. Little chunks left. Give them some smoke here because they're starting to come out. Myself some smoke. Camera. That is ridiculous. I cannot believe this, y'all. The third week of January, 24th or 25th, I don't remember what today is. Larvae and eggs. Look at that. That's a full sheet. They've only got a little bit of honey. Bringing some pollen in. This needs some feed for sure. Look at that brood pattern as well. So they've got 2 frames of brood. Look at that. That is ridiculous this time of year. That is amazing. But I need to feed for sure. I may have to come out here tomorrow and feed them, because that makes 2 frames of brood. You got a 3rd frame of brood. Eggs, larvae. Not much honey in there. Look at that, dude. Larvae all on the outside out here. That's 3 frames of brood. Four frames of brood. What the heck? Well, some of that is emerging, but the rest is just crazy. Nothing on this side. So 3.5 frames of brood. They're bringing in pollen, but they need food for sure. Gotta come out tomorrow. Look at that milk brood in there. Just freaking beautiful to see. Wild. Definitely gonna have early splits. They've got a little bit of food, but they'll be able to go through that quick. We have had a warm winter, besides for 2 weeks. That's good to see though. A lot of people don't want to build up early. I do, because I have queens in early March coming, and I have a goal of doing some splits, but also having a lot of honey producers. So I'm gonna have to bring feeders for them and actually feed them. I thought I'd have extra honey to be able to harvest. That's not good. I just need to switch to migratory lids, especially if I'm going to go to pallets. Full of bees all the way across. They do have some capped honey, I can see. They probably have enough food, but this one needs food itself. Fat combs of capped honey, I can see for sure. So, see if they eat that pollen patty. Oh, that is heavy. They ate most of that pollen patty, but look at that population. There's a queen. She's up here on top of frames. I could have squished her. That is crazy. She just ran down, but look at that. Plumb full of bees. If these were going to California, they definitely get 8 to 10 frame average. I don't know about that much, but oh, they've got capped honey here. So what I may do is steal a frame from here, put it in here to equalize some. Maybe buy me some time till next week, because they still have a full super of honey. That's what I can do. Oh yeah, I'll steal this honey here. Do that. That way I won't have to come and feed out here this week. I can wait until next week. That's what I'm doing. Ain't the most full. I'm pissing these girls off. They're still not as bad as they are in the summer though. Bee bread, sugar. So, I'm going to get both these colonies again, even though I just got out of that one. But I want to see how much this one's like. Drones as well. Good pattern there. Look at this next frame. Gotta get some of these girls out here really quick. I know y'all probably don't have to pay me. Look at that, a full sheet of brood. Cat brood. The other side, amazing. Get the bottom. Created a monster. More brood. Red pollen, yellow pollen, all water. Welcome to West Texas BCB. can talk if the bees don't attack y'all. But I try to tell people beekeeping in West Texas is a lot different than beekeeping in Georgia and Alabama, California. Trying to be better at using smoke, but even girls with pollen are stinging the camera. They're supposed to be foragers. Alright, one last colony. Let's get to it. I probably should buy a full suit. I added this box right before winter, or right after the cotton. They didn't have anything in it. Looks like they're actually drawing some frames and they're full of bees, but let's kind of see what we got here. Oh, she's laying up here. That's crazy. They brought some nectar in, but she's actually laying up here. I'm gonna bring out here so hopefully I can see that better. There's her brood pattern. More brood. Not much honey as well. I know the bottom box had a lot of honey. Oh, we definitely gotta feed y'all. This is what happens if you feed them pollen early, but they are bringing in pollen anyway. Not much here. Eggs. That is full of eggs. Nothing there. There. Which I kind of want to rotate these boxes. This one's getting glued down. They didn't eat that pollen patty at all. They didn't even touch it. But yeah, this is where all their honey stores are, if any. So I am going to go ahead and rotate this box. The bees let me. Woo. You see they have been getting in their honey store soon. Alright. Now as they work up, they'll have honey up here, which should be enough for now. I'll come back next week and feed all of them. Concludes the 4 bigger colonies. Let's go to the other yard for the 4 weaker colonies, and hopefully they made it. Alrighty, y'all, so now we're at our smaller, weaker colonies, so there shouldn't be as many crazy bees, so hopefully you'll be able to hear better. I know with the big colonies, they kind of swarm the camera, so it makes it hard to hear, but we do see bees at every entrance coming in and out. This one's having great orientation flights right now, as well as these here. I'm gonna start with, this is the swarm that I caught the week before Christmas, so I say we should check them out first. We do know we do need to feed the bigger colonies, well, 2 of them. Yeah, most of them overwintered with a box of capped honey from cotton fields, but Those colonies are huge. Have drones walking around. 3 to 4 full sheets of brood. So let's look at this. Well, I may have to light my smoker. I thought I had her going, so give me a minute. Alrighty, so we've got the smoker lit now. These are all single deeps. They're not super full, I don't believe, but this is that swarm I caught right before, a week before Christmas. Let's see if they ate that pollen patty I gave 3.5 weeks ago. The big colonies devoured it. You can see these pretty much ate all the middle. As I said before, this is that swarm that I caught a week before Christmas, and they were small then. They're about 4 frames of bees, so not huge. I'd say a good nook, but let's kind of just take a peek, see how they're doing. Glad they made it through the 2 little cold snaps. Pull a couple frames. These are going to be quick inspections because they're not crazy full or anything. Drawn comb. We will definitely have to feed them as well. Look at that brood pattern. That is another great brood pattern. Honey on the other side. So they got a half frame brood. Let's make that 2 frames of brood with some drone in there. Drone brood in there. They've got milk brood. And on this side, eggs and larvae. So they've got 1.5 frames of brood, which is beautiful. A little bit of honey on the outer edges. And in here, eggs as well. And honey. So they've got 2 frames of brood. It's not capped. A lot of it is open, but that's a good start for the small swarm that I had caught. So pretty much call it a nook right now. We will go ahead and go to the next one, remove the reducer. Let's see how they look. This one I believe was weak in bee numbers. I don't remember. Give them a little bit of smoke. Hopefully y'all can see here. I know I always come when I cast a shadow. That's not the best for y'all. Let's see here. Trying to get the screen where I could see it. Oh well. Let's see if they ate some of this pollen patty. Oh yeah, they ate some of it. Some of it's actually molding a little bit. Still soft in the middle. And they have a great number of bees right there. So since that's still a soft pollen patty, I will give it back to them. They've got bees. A 6 framer. I don't know why I thought this one only had a little bit of bees, but let's see what they look like. Our big colonies were averaging 3 to 4 full frames of capped brood. Our small yard so far is a 2 frame of brood. Look at that. Beautiful. Frame of brood there. Milk brood on this side. They're not bringing a lot of pollen in like the other yards were. They probably are 15 miles or so apart. So that's understandable. So 1 frame of brood. Let's see here. Honey and bee bread on this one. Look at there, more brood. So yes, look at that brood as well. And I know they have some drone brood on that other colony, but those big colonies already had drones walking around, which is wild. January 24th or 5th, I don't remember. Empty frame, comb, empty as well. So right at 2 frames of brood, so that's good where these girls are at. I don't want them too crazy. I'm gonna pull a frame out. They need to be fed as well, so they need to be fed for sure. Well, we're gonna have warm days, so perfect time to do it. I will have to do that tomorrow though. They made it through the 2 cold snaps. Go to the next one. This one has quite a bees flying on the outside. And also the back entrance, I guess. They made a back entrance, so hopefully y'all can see that okay. Getting some smoke here. Let's see how they look. Oh God, look at bees everywhere. They didn't consume this pollen patty. Maybe they didn't need it. I'm gonna give them some smoke first so they don't get crazy with me. Yeah, still soft in the middle. I made them 3.5 weeks ago, so that's good. They've got honey all the way out here. I'm gonna have to pull a frame out to kind of work my way back into the brood nest. Honey. But I saw a drone walking around. Alright girls, y'all calm down. So, what I can do in 2 weeks, that's capped honey. In 2 weeks, I will, well tomorrow I'll say, that's all capped honey as well. I should still frame and take it over there. I'll go through the big colonies and pull them back because if they're already if the big colonies are already having 3 to 4 frames of brood in 2 weeks, you know, they're gonna be massive. And what I'll do is equalize. I will add more deeps to them, but I want to pull some of that brood off and bring some over here. Good brood nest there. Not the best patch. And a super seeder cell with the larva in it. So if y'all look here, this is a queen cell. It's usually emergency or super seeder. It's been 3.5 weeks since I've been in here, so that couldn't be from me killing her. Not many drones around, so I need to be careful. There's eggs in here, so there's a queen in here. They're trying to supersede her. I'm gonna go ahead and knock that down though. I don't want them swarming on me. But like I said, like probably a superseder. I'll make sure to make a note of that. More brood. Man, what's going on? Why don't you like your mama? That's a good little brood pattern there. Huh. Sometimes the bees just want to do what they want to do. And let's look at the last colony. So there's pretty much 2 frames of brood. I'm sorry, look at the last frame. There's more honey than anything. Yeah, I'm not even gonna pick that up. So we are averaging 2 frames of brood here, 3 to 4 frames, the big yards. See if they need it. They want it. Little stuff. If they want it. Big blocks they need. Dry anyway. And this last colony looks like there's not a lot of numbers in it. I know they had a lot of honey before, not many bees, but sometimes looks could be deceiving. Go through here. They really didn't touch the first. Ooh, I shook that and the water came out. But they survived. Yeah, they didn't even touch. Oh, there's plenty of bees in here. Where do I want to start? We'll start here. This frame is full of honey. This looks like it could be a honey frame as well. This one they need some open. Never mind. There's your brood pattern there. Beautiful. Larva, milk brood, cat brood in the center. Cat brood over here. There's our queen. She's a little blondie here, walking around. So I'm gonna set her to the side right here. One frame of brood. Check the next frame over. Brood, eggs, pollen patty, bee bread. Nothing else on that side. A bunch of honey. So this is actually how you'd want your recipe. Lots of capped honey. More capped honey all around it. Some more brood. Frame and a half of beef of brood. But tons of honey. So let's find this queen. Make sure I don't squish her as I put her back in. Beautiful bee bread on the outside. There's our queen here at the bottom. I don't want her to get squished. She's walking up in the middle of the frame. And she's back in, healthy. Good looking colony. I thought they were low in numbers, but they're not. As I said, looks pretty deceiving. So, I gotta feed most of the colonies. That's a wrap, y'all.